G'day Australia, Graham again. Just a quick video today to talk about Lawful Rebellion, talk about Aussie Patriots' role, common law courts and grand juries and all things that are happening at the moment in Australia and how you can help get what you want by helping everyone else get the one thing that we all want, which is our nation back, Australia for all Australians. So let's talk about 2020 for a second. We started off the year with bushfires, which we've been saying for many years are caused in most part by mismanagement of bushland and forests. And then of course we had our drought, which had been going for a while, which even blind Freddie can tell that that's caused for the most part by mismanagement of water resources, selling water rights to foreign companies or politicians, or giving them away to big farming conglomerates while small country towns go without water. Unbelievable. And then, of course, we had the pandemic that apparently the whole world has been suffering from, which for all intents and purposes is a flu. And then what did we had? We had lockups, lockdowns, lockouts, lock-ins. Then we had masks, and now we've got talk about compulsory vaccines. No jab, no pay. No jab, no fly. No jab, no travel overseas. All this sort of stuff. And basically, with the vaccines, you've also got no proof, no transparency, and no liability. So these are all things that come back to the same thing, and that is we, the Australian people, have the right to be governed at our will, not forced into things without complete transparency and discussion and agreement. That's what the Aussie Patriots' role is all about. That's what we want to see. We want to see complete transparency, discussion, understanding, and then decision based on the will of the people. Okay, so the Aussie Patriots' role is now branching out all over Australia. We've got groups almost in every state, and we need you now to go to your local state group, and you can then meet people who are like-minded, who want their country back just like you do. We'll be talking about, as I said before, we'll be talking about the Constitution. We'll be talking about the Article 61 that we've lodged in the UK. We'll be talking about common law courts, grand juries, and all the things that are currently being forced upon us by the corporations that pose as our governments and sit unlawfully in our parliaments. Now, whether you like the Constitution or you don't like the Constitution, it really doesn't matter that much. It is indissoluble, and we need to deal with it before we can move forward without it coming back and nipping at our heels all the time, which gets me to another issue that is becoming quite vocal at the moment, which is treaty. Now, treaty is basically, we see treaty as trying to divide the population into white fellas and First Nation people. Now, we don't want that. We want unity. We want all Australians to be fighting for the same thing, and that's control of our country, whether it be through the restoration of the Constitution, or whether it be through the restoration of the Constitution, a complete change, get rid of it, have something new. That we don't know, because that's towards the end of our journey, which is to get control of our country. So it's going to be at the will of the people regardless, but it's going to be at the will of all the Australian people, not segments of the Australian people. It won't work that way, okay? I mean, we put these bastards in there with a majority vote, so they say. Now we need to get them out with a majority vote, and the majority vote this time will be us or them. So Australia for all Australians, or more of the same. It's not a difficult choice. So what we want you to do is we want you to do one thing, and that is, if you want your country back for all Australians, then please enrol with the Aussie Patriots role so we know who you are, so we can get you along, get in touch with you, talk to you, find out what you want, what you need, and what you think we should be evolving into as we move forward as a nation. Because it's up to us. And if we don't do it, they'll do it for us. So if I can just implore upon everyone just to do one thing, all you need to do is enroll. Your details are safe. All you're saying by enrolling with the Aussie Patriots roll is, yes, I want my country back. And then we are going to find and uh, participate in everything and anything that we can that gets us to the same place that we want to all be, and that is a place of power where the people of Australia determine what will happen to Australia and all Australians. And that's basically it in a nutshell. So we've got a lot of groups out there that we're going to be contacting. We're doing interviews one a week. We'll probably go to two a week. We did Serene from Advocate Me last week. We've got Romeo Georges coming up. We've got Jackie Dundee coming up. We've got David O'Neill's coming up. We've got Fanos coming up. And then we're just going to be talking about what we can do to unite the people to get our country back. That's what it's all about. See, we all want the same thing, and that is Australia back in the hands of the Australian people. That's what we want. No more political parties, no more two-party preferential voting, no more corporations, none of that. Commonwealth for the Commonwealth of Australia. And the Commonwealth of Australia is you and me and all of us. So let's get this done. Aussie Patriots Roll is here not to be the leaders, not to be the bosses, not to be anything other than facilitators, to let you, the people, know what you can do to help, what's available out there, and what we think is the best way to move forward. But it won't be just one thing. It'll be a myriad of things, a whole bunch of things, all right? Because the more avenues, the more areas that we attack from, the better chance we've got of winning. And the more people like you that we get on the roll, the quicker we'll get this job done. So I love this country with all my heart, and I know you out there do too. So let's get this job done. Australia for all Australians now.